On the workbench today, we have the WLTOYS 144001 four-wheel drive 14th scale buggy. We are going to be unboxing it, looking at all the specs and features of it, and giving it a thorough first run. Welcome everyone. If you're new to the channel, my name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll find us doing all the RC stuff on the channel, from racing, drifting, bashing, crawling, all those kind of things, plus product review videos and how-tos. And today, the WLTOYS 14th scale all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive buggy. I've seen some people that have had these before, always kind of wondered if they were any good. Today, we're going to find out. First thing out of the box, of course, what you notice, that is a pretty good looking buggy right there. Check that out. The shocks look beautiful, feel nice on all four corners. Good looking buggy body, big wing, and a decent size, maybe slightly small for my hand, but I have big hands, but otherwise decent sized controller that gives you some features there. The other thing I notice is in the box, there's not a lot in the box really. You know, we do a lot of the reviews of some high boxing, some Hossam, some vehicles like that, some Legendary recently, and there's a lot more that comes in the box. You know, spare battery, lipo bag, you know, some things like that. The toolkit that comes with them actually usually has spare body clips, maybe some spare nuts. It's kind of nice, as it turns out. This one we get the we get a charger, so I haven't spotted the battery yet, but we get one of the basic chargers, and we get a plastic wheel wrench, which is pretty much just going to immediately go in the trash can. And you get a fairly basic manual, it looks like here, all the kind of normal cartoony, hey, how do you drive an RC car? Ooh, I do like the exploded diagrams that we have here in the back though. That is nice if you ever do have to do some maintenance to the vehicle. Got an idea, part numbers, so that makes it a lot easier right there. I do like that for sure. Underneath the body, let's see what we find. So it looks like all-in-one ESC and receiver in one unit, which is pretty typical for this size of vehicle price point. You see the servo coming in here, 5-wire servo. Looks like it's a fairly normal kind of micro servo there, but it is a 5-wire. You have to make sure you're careful with that if you need to replace it. The battery is wedged in underneath here, kind of interesting, but we do have a 1500 milliamp 2S battery, 7.4 volt, so that is nice. Dean's connectors means I already have a whole bunch of other batteries that will fit right in here, so that is super convenient. The thing that I spy the most when I'm looking at this is how big that brushed motor is. That is a full, maybe 550 can, if not 540 especially, but definitely 550 maybe, can brushed motor. So that is a huge motor for the size of this buggy. That is making me think this thing might fly. But the other good thing is, since it is that fairly standard size, if you ever do have an issue with the motor, you can simply unsolder those tabs or just unplug here and you can bolt in a lot of other motor choices. That makes this very, very easy to upgrade, very nice. When we're looking up here at the front, fairly standard, even Arma-esque kind of servo saver right here on this linkage. That is awesome. Adjustable turnbuckles at all corners. We see metal drive shafts. I see metal shock towers, and yes, we have some fancy coated aluminum chassis here. So this thing is really looking like it is full of some quality bits. And for this relatively really cheap price. Look, even have adjustable suspension here where we can actually change where the shocks are mounted, where the links are mounted. Not that I probably ever will for anything that we would do with this vehicle, but look at that. That is pretty nice. Yes, control arms, yes, hubs, everything like this is plastic as you would expect and want in a basher like this. I am really pretty happy with what we're seeing here so far. Whew, that has some potential right there. Now that buggy right there, now that that's pretty fun. I'll be honest, it's, you know, you can get this buggy from Banggood, Amazon, multiple different locations, plus or minus $100, something in there, 100 and a couple change maybe, depending on where you're looking and what deals. Sometimes there's some coupons running and stuff, so keep your eye out for those. But you know, for $100, you're getting a fair amount with this buggy. You're getting the aluminum shocks, oil-filled shocks, the aluminum shock tower, all the adjustable ability that you have up here, which honestly for this buggy you might not really need, but you have it. You know, you get a decent battery in there with it, charger, the controller's nice, it does a good job. You know, I'd say overall it's good speed for what it is. You know, this is not meant to be a speed buggy out of the factory. It's meant to be, you know, kind of a basic buggy, and it really is quite nice. You know, the things I would say from first run, you could clearly see that combination of these tires and the grass in my front yard, not really a great combination, right? The tires plus the size plus the grass, it's almost like occasionally you could just hear the buggy spin the wheels instead of going. Once it would get going, occasionally with tall grass you'd actually see it kind of playing on the grass like a boat, and you'd see it come up. So it's a little bit of a struggle in the grass now, but it drove there, it did fine, everything was great with it, no issues whatsoever, so that's good. It jumped well, I would say good controllability in the air. The big send it ramp, when we go up there, I could clearly bring the front end down if I needed to, that kind of stuff, all that was great. But what you would see in those jumps is that you would also see that a lot of times on the landings it would bounce, right? It wouldn't really absorb the landing, it would compress, it would bottom out, it would then flip, it would then roll. So maybe some shock tweaking depending on how you're going to drive it. I am very curious to see a couple things for this. So I put out a poll via my Facebook and Instagram. Folks responded very quickly, and to YouTube, and said, hey, we want to see you try to race this thing, and we want to see you take it to a skate park. So I am on that, right? So keep in touch, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, more videos coming your way with this. Some people even suggested that I try to do some speed runs with it, maybe throw some kind of crazy brushless setup in it and just see how fast it'll go. So I'm really curious to throw some different sets of tires on this. I think it'd be really fun in a parking lot with some street tires. I think putting some proper dirt tires on it would be really fun. And I'm betting even these stock tires would do pretty decent around a carpet track. And I just happen to know where one of those is. And so be on the lookout for more videos from this. I'm going to take it to some tracks, see how it does. I'm going to take it to a skate park and see what we break. So stay tuned. More videos are coming. In the meantime, please come over here, check out some of the other videos that we've already made. I really appreciate all the support you give to the channel, and we will see you in the next one. So thank you, and goodbye.